Thank you, dear organizers. I'm happy to welcome you during the current event, rather, held by Bosco Conference, and I'm so happy to meet with you with regards to the subject of Montenegro. Since Montenegro is taking up to 90% of our time on behalf of capital partners uh, that I'm going to tell a few words about as well. I'd like to highlight the fact that 2021 can turn into the year of Montenegro because the program is in effect. It's effective till the end of 2021 because there is no more there is no other more appealing and interesting program by investment than that of Montenegro. There are some other programs, of course, but pertaining to all the indicators, based upon the statistical data as well as other factors, we as immigration services market professionals representing capital partners company can say that there is no other program that would be as highly interesting as this one, Montenegro and its Citizenship by Investment program. Why is it so appealing and what is it all about? First and foremost, Montenegro has quite low threshold of entry. Also, Montenegro is soon to become the member of EU, which is an advantage as compared to the Caribbean programs. Whereas the Caribbean countries will never become members of EU, Montenegro will become one by 2025. There are lots of comments and arguments about the program, but the country should become a member of EU by 2025. That is based upon the pool of factors that we are currently observing, such as the Eurozone, NATO membership, and there's an EU Commission working in the country to trace and observe the way Montenegro is, to what extent does Montenegro completely fulfill all the recommendations of the EU? Other than visa-free travel through the Schengen zone and EU member states, the country allows to the country provides an important, a significant E2 visa to enter the United States. Of course, after the person would get a Montenegrin passport, they get an opportunity to easily enter the US without having to file for the green card. And that is a beautiful opportunity. Montenegro and Russia have DDT, that is the double taxation treaty, which of course is simplifying the life of our clients that would like to replace the cold and gray views they can see from their windows with the Montenegrin warm climate and vivid colors, and you can be the tax resident of the Russian Federation while residing in Montenegro and paying the same amount of tax. This is a small but very pleasant bonus to highlight. After Montenegro will have entered the EU, its passport will become of the same significance as all the other EU member states. the Montenegrin passport will then allow to reside and work in any and get education in any country of the EU. At the moment, Montenegro allows for a visa-free travel throughout the EU member states for as long as 6 months on end. Even if the borders of our countries are closed down, I'm not only talking about Russia right now, but all the other countries, including the Americans, Arab countries, the Chinese, any country, any closed down country will allow people with the second citizenship to enter. The period of filing and processing the application is taking up to 6 months time. Initially, many of our clients would start filing their applications in the summertime, whereas right now they have become saddened because the period of time has reached 100 to 110 days. We as Apex and Partners company Apex Capital Partners have been toiling a lot to ensure in 2019 to make sure that we're one of the 3 globally licensed agents, or rather companies represented by agents that can file and lodge any client's application for the Montenegrin citizenship. I'm saying this because any client has to do this through a licensed client. Yes, you can try and use some of the intermediaries, some of the multiple intermediaries who have in our market, but all of them will necessarily have to meet a licensed agent because regardless of the program you're going to select, you will have to deal with a licensed program. Otherwise, you will have to lose money, and you'll be very nervous over the process. So the law on the citizenship of Montenegro was published in November 2018, whereas the program was enacted in September 2019. To gain the momentum, for the program to gain the momentum, we had to wait for the list of authorized for the list of projects authorized by the government. I'm telling you these minute details pertaining to the program's structure so everyone can clearly understand what is it all about, because all the people that are coming to us, all of our clients are vaguely and have an abstract understanding of the way this of how everything, all the papers and applications are submitted by the client to the government, and then all of it is brought back to the client. You have to conclude an agreement with a developer to be chosen by the client. And we have a limited number of developers. We have only one developer in the northern coast of Montenegro. We're talking about the only one, the single 5-star resort. Some of them are only starting out on their construction project, but anyhow, there's just a few developers that have been authorized to to become the stepping stone for the citizenship acquisition. And these developers have gone through a long way, a huge amount of money, uh, of their money have been frozen to guarantee the construction completion. All the projects have been started the from the zilch, from zero. There is no project. There's no hotel project that have already been constructed. They're all under construction. They will be finished and completed in 2023, 2024, 2025. And we have 3 other projects down south, and we are kind of overarching all of these developers. We know all of them very well. We have been interacting and cooperating with them. We know about their advantages and disadvantages, and of course we can discuss them with our clients and partners, because the beautiful pictures of course do not reflect all the details of the contractual relationships between the client and developers. So when when the client emerges, appears, when we meet the client, we're trying to let the client onto understanding that the primary task for the client is not to acquire the real estate, be that up north or down south. This is rather the investment in the citizenship. If you come to this program with daydreaming about your villa, you will never get it. You can, well, later, after you will have received your citizenship, you can dream about anything. But initially, you have to choose the instrument of your citizenship acquisition process, and the instrument should be appropriate and relevant, pertinent to your specific case. Who can be included in the program? Just a little number of family members. That is the closest number of relatives, the investor and their spouse and financially dependent children that may want to get their education, study for a bachelor or a master's degree, and we have the special license, which we have been struggling for a long time, and it is extended on the annual basis. And this is something all the lawyers worldwide are aspiring for, to be able to participate in the citizenship by investment programs. So we're talking about the investment worth of 450,000 euros down south, whereas into 250,000 euros up north. Down south, where we're talking about 3 resorts, whereas up north we have only 1 project, and there's a limit established by the government entailing only 2,000 families to be able to participate in any one of those programs. On top of that, on top of acquiring the project share, you have to pay the state duty. We have the special calculator allowing to reflect all the duties, so you don't have to waste your time. You can just glance through these duties. There is a due diligence and the huge investment to be made by any size family. It is worth 100,000 euros, and all the and all the investment is done before the application and appropriate papers are lodged and submitted to the government. This list doesn't represent all the programs. We have beautiful projects down south and a couple of new projects down south as well. But further, I'd like to give the floor over to, without taking more of your time, to one of the developers, one of the lead developers up north in the country, at Montes Mountain Resort by Splendid. Everybody should know about the Splendid Resort in Montenegro, as this is the only 5-star resort in Montenegro. Now it is going to manage the northern project as well. Now I'd like to give the floor to Svetlana Thompson, representing Montes Mountain Resort by Splendid in Russia. I hope the project will become both interesting and useful for you. If you need any additional details about the project as well as other projects, don't hesitate to contact us. We're very close to you. We're in Moscow. Thank you very much. Once again, I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Svetlana Thompson. I represent Montes Mountain Resort by Splendid project in Russia. And right now, I'd like to pull up my presentation to tell you about our project.
Для начала хотела бы рассказать.
Can you see it? First and foremost, I'd like to tell you about the location of our project and why was this location chosen. Montes Mountain Resort is situated in the Kolashin city. It's one of the largest and most developed resorts situated up in the northern coast of Montenegro. It's 73 kilometers from the capital city. It is surrounded by the mountain massifs, and it is very well protected, so you can actually ski throughout any season of the year. Also, our resort is situated on the level of 54 meters above the sea level, and the medical doctors are saying that this is the most convenient height for people of all ages. As for the slopes, whereas nearby projects, nearby resorts are surrounded by quite rocky slopes. The Kolashin is surrounded by slopes that are not as steep. Except early 2021 is an exception because we had an exceptional amount of precipitations. Also, the nature here is protected by UNESCO, and it has a very well-renowned canyon, the second deepest canyon in the world, after the Grand Canyon of the United States, and the deepest canyon in Europe. And this resort is beautiful both in summer and winter. We can say that this resort is going to be it's going to be very relevant both in summer and winter. The mountainous skiing opportunities are waiting for you in winter, and the winter season is lasting from November through April. And in the summertime, you can enjoy safari, fishing, and rafting down Tara River. This is just an unbelievable rest. The hotel is going to include 238 rooms. It will include 2 pools, an indoor and outdoor pool, also the gym, uh, special caves, etc., as well as conference halls, the cinema, a pub, and this is the only project that will include this number of its own um, sporting capabilities, including bowling, and it will include a 3D cinema. It's to be used as the platform for different events. Mostly, Sofia already told us that this project is going to be managed by the well-known Splendid management. Some people know that Splendid was, at the moment, Splendid is the largest hotel over in Montenegro, whereas in time past it was the only project some time ago, some years ago, and this hotel will also operate. This resort will also operate in the northern coast of Montenegro, and of course, making it attractive and profitable. Once again, I'm gonna repeat myself by saying, by adding to what I said about its profitability, it's going to be a year-round resort, and it is potentially open for investment. What is the attraction of our project, and how does it differ from other northern projects? Um, Projects pertaining to citizenship by investment. An investor is not getting a share but a room as their property. Unlike other projects, we don't have the maintenance fees. We don't collect maintenance fees. Usually in Montenegro, this fee is amounting to 50 euros per square meter. Altogether, it will amount to 1 through 1.5 or 2,000 euros per year. That is not a huge amount of money. Nevertheless, the investor can retain this amount. Also, the investor is going to get 40% of the net income of the resort, including the resort's entire infrastructure, including the cinema, the gym, spa, etc., and all the other facilities, as long as the hotel is under construction. And it will be completed in 2024. The investor can stay in the Splendid resort down south in the southern coast of Montenegro for 4 weeks, and also they can enjoy the Montis hotel for 1 month, using all the facilities and capabilities of the Splendid resort. One other important point is that Montenegro Mountain Resort has a bank guarantee amounted to 2.5 million euros. That is guaranteeing the timely completion of the project. So the investor can either retain the investment as an additional revenue, benefit they will get from the very well-known brand, or they can actually resell it. And of course, on top of that, they get the passport for themselves and their family members. And right now, I think some questions might have emerged, and I think I'm gonna ask my colleagues to start a video that has a beautiful view of Montenegro and our project.
Вас ждет прекрасная жизнь.
You are awaited by a beautiful life. You have a unique opportunity to invest in the beautiful Montis Mountain Resort. This is one of the most desired European passport. You don't just visit Montenegro, but become its citizen. Be one of the 2,000 families that can enjoy this unusual country. Enrich your country and discover one of the smallest countries in the world for yourself. Montenegro is the world's first eco-state. It includes 5 national parks and the largest, deepest. It includes a land of geographical diversity and unspoiled nature. Montenegro is home to 5 national parks, several UNESCO World Heritage Sites, the largest freshwater lake in the Balkans, and second deepest canyon in the world. With over 240 annual sunny days, the Balkan state is experiencing phenomenal growth within the tourist sector. Along the coastline, there's swimming, fishing, snorkeling, sailing, yachting, and kite surfing in winter. The mountainous hinterland is home to several alpine and cross-country ski resorts, while during the warmer months, the rugged terrain transforms into an idyllic environment for golf, biking, cave exploration, climbing, fly fishing, and hiking, as well as thrilling whitewater rafting. Montenegro is the first country to enter the European Union. In the future, uh, you can enter 123 countries visa free. Citizens of Montenegro enjoy visa free or visa on arrival access to 123 countries and territories, including the Schengen zone and several other EU countries, as well as Russia and Turkey. In addition to the possibility of applying for visa E2 for the United States, it is important to know that Montenegro is the first country in line for European Union membership. Montis Mountain Resort is situated in Kolashin, which is the most lively city of the country. It is situated in between the two beautiful mountain massifs. It lies at the intersection of two opposing weather fronts, the warm and mild Mediterranean climate of the Adriatic coast and the colder, harsher mountain climate of the hinterland. This unique blend of currents makes it an air spa and ensures abundant snowfall every winter season. Kolashin is connected with other regions of Montenegro by two-lane motorways. It is situated on the main road connecting Montenegro's coast and the capital, Podgorica, with the northern region of Montenegro and Serbia. You can get 40% of with over prior to the Montenegro is an exclusive life, is a token of an exclusive life for you. Thank you very much. And one other important point which I'd like to highlight is that Kolashin, there's a government program implemented of regional development implemented in Kolashin. They construct an absolutely new infrastructure. Right now, the skiing route is going to be extended to 60 kilometers from current 40 kilometers. It will be extended to 60 kilometers by late 2021, and ultimately it will be extended to 125 kilometers eventually. And if you have any questions to ask, we stand ready to see you always, and we'll be happy to see you in our office. Thank you very much. Also, I'd like to thank Svetlana and Sophia for the beautiful presentations they made. And before the next presentation, I'd like to accept just a couple of questions from our audience. As I can see this high level of activity amongst our audience members, the first question is addressed to Sophia probably. So it's as follows: what are the reasons to refuse the citizenship? Thank you very much for the question. I have actually slipped this question during my presentation. There are a few reasons to refuse the applicant. Number one is the criminal track record in the past or at present. If the person is a suspect right now, they will not go through the security check in Montenegro. Oftentimes, our clients come being skeptical. They say that we know that Montenegro. Well, they say that they know it all about the Montenegrin people. I'm not gonna vindicate the Montenegrin people here. We're no more in the early 2000s. If, on the other hand, uh, there's a huge company that is into due diligence, being hired by other countries. We're working both with the Caribbean countries as well as the European countries that are hiring huge due diligence companies recommended by the United States, Canada, or the UK, and they have nothing to do with Montenegro itself. They're totally independent. That's why people can be refused if they do not comply with the government's requirements. What else should the applicant be free from? The second point is that they should not be a politically exposed person of a very high level. They should not be a sanctioned person, a top manager, or an owner of some investment company. People that have to do with the first leaders of any state, from any state. And every applicant should also have a very clear proof of the origin of their funds. If the potential applicant is doing good pertaining to these 3 points, they will have no problem. One other important point here is that people that have some secret problems in their track record, and if they come to us and they think that they can turn their spouse into the major applicant, thinking that the government will not discover it, they are completely wrong. Every applicant above 16 years of age is closely examined. That's why if anyone is easy to be found in the World Wide Web, in the internet, if they are a renowned business person and they want to turn their spouse into the main applicant, and if that woman is a housewife, have nothing against housewives, but if that's the intention, then there is that is actually a pitfall for that applicant. We actually have a lawyer accompany our clients to tell them about these potential pitfalls, what it is they should or should not do. They should be sincere and frank about their track record, because the government officials will necessarily see their track record eventually. So the client, the government officials should necessarily check certain points for themselves. That's why our clients should better cooperate with them. Another question is, should one refuse the citizenship of their country of origin? I did not mention that either, but one does not have to refuse the first citizenship. There is no first or second or third citizenship for Montenegro. Montenegro is just providing one citizenship of its own. Well, usually Montenegrin citizens have only one citizenship. They cannot have another citizenship. But investors from other countries have this advantage whereby they don't have to refuse the citizenship of their country of origin. They can retain both their Russian and or Ukrainian passport or some other passport, and on top of that they get the Montenegrin passport. Thank you, Sofia.
Нашего мероприятия.
I think there will be some additional questions near the end of our event. I'd like to address one other question to Svetlana pertaining to the acquisition of property. We have interesting questions asked here once again pertaining to the subject of cryptocurrency arousing high interest. So people are asking whether cryptocurrency can be used to pay for the real estate property in Montenegro. Svetlana, is there an opportunity like that? So far, you can only pay in euros. So far, everything is happening in a conventional way, but we're thinking about it currently. Thank you very much.